And the winner for the biggest challenge, baby, goes to Josh Martinez, everybody. You gotta love him. Hey guys, welcome back to Taste of Reality. And I know I missed last week. I recorded the video and everything, but you know, I was just too lazy to edit it. But I'm back for episode 3 of Double Agents. Where we left off last week was Kyle actually infiltrated the big alliance in the house by taking Cam away from Josh. Josh is now partnered with Nani, and the rogue agent CT is now with Big T. Now, back at the house, Fessy, listen, guys, at the beginning of the season, did I not say that Fessy does not know how to play a social game? And in an attempt to flip the script on Kyle by exposing his vote in the chamber, he actually shoots himself in the foot and taking down Corey in the process.
You told me that you voted West. So you lied to me.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So like...
Yeah, I lied.
The thing is, Wes went to these guys asking for, you know, to make amends, and he was under the impression that they did. So exposing Kyle's vote inadvertently exposes Corey's vote. And now Corey is left high and dry because of Fessy. And Fessy's here thinking, yeah, this is a power play by telling them what happens. No, you screwed your team over. Now you have to accept the consequences.
Let's see how many lies he tells right now.
Who the are you talking to?
Kyle.
Who the are you talking to? Don't talk to me like that. After you've just ruined the nation.
Fessy is confused why Wes is taking the whole situation personal when this whole thing has started because Fessy took Kyle's vote personal. Honestly, done with this guy. Send him home. I don't know what y'all gotta do. Instigate a fight or something. I'm so tired of Fessy. So tired of Fessy. Keeps making stupid decisions and screwing over his team in the process. Over it. Send him home. I'm done.
And I got completely exposed by this vote. So who is West gonna come after? Me and Nelson.
Now Corey is upset because not only has his vote been exposed, as an alliance member, Fessy didn't even tell Corey about the chamber. Corey had to hear it through the grapevine. As if your team could not trust you any less. Fessy, my guy, please get it together. So this week's challenge is called Roadkill, and where 2 teams wrestle on top of a moving truck, and the team who gets their opponents off in the fastest time wins the challenge. Now, after 2 injuries and only 3 challenge completions, the winners of the challenge are actually Leroy and Casey. We haven't seen Leroy win something in a while, so good for him. Casey has proven to be a physical threat, although she is small in stature, so I'm not surprised there. Now, because of Nicole's injury, it actually was too severe for her to continue on in the game, and per medical advice, she was sent home, now leaving Devin rogue. The house is contemplating whether or not the vote will be a guy's elimination then, since a girl is gone, and that turns out to be the case. Now, the situation is, do the people in the house want to stick with the whole Target West situation, or does this new formed alliance, because of betrayal, consisting of Kyle, Devin, Wes, all of them people, want to flip the script on Corey and send him in instead? Honestly, I understand the situation of sending Corey in. He is a part of a bigger alliance that is not in your favor. He is a threat who has been to the final a couple times, I think, now, and he's just not for you. You know what I mean? Like, it makes sense to get him out now rather than later. And then people have the picking of Tori. Tori is a good competitor. She's not so great socially, but like, she's not bad either. Like, she's not anybody who like can force the house to do anything, but she also doesn't ruffle too many feathers. So I actually think sending Corey in works in a lot of people's favor. So before we actually get into the whole purpose of being in this house, which is the challenge, here goes Josh. Okay, so CT gets in a little, debate with Casey over the stove. It's not even that big of a deal. But Josh wanted to be the vigilante that he so believes that he is, decides to step in. And instead of me explaining, let me just show you the progression of this altercation.
Oh my God, all I want to do is make an egg quesadilla. You had already had your pizza started. I just wanted my eggs. She's literally crying in the kitchen because she had a falling
Go
with
talk to her.
But
Josh, that has nothing to do with you. Go away. He told me you were crying.
No.
He told me you were crying, and I wanted to come back.
I never
I
said
wasn't
she was
crying.
crying. I said she was upset.
You told me she was
No,
crying.
I said she was upset.
You say she was
I
crying.
said she was
Well.
upset. Literally crying in the kitchen. Why are you screaming over me?
Because you're so
I can scream louder than you. I can scream louder. You want me to scream louder? I can scream louder.
Hey, anybody else have a problem with me? Do I dog anybody else? You guys?
Big brother sucks. Who said that? What's 8 times 9?
All right, what's the papa? What's the papa? What's the papa? You big ass bitch.
It is so easy to draw Josh out because he's so unstable. He is so unstable. The littlest thing will trigger this guy, and honestly, it's just a joke. At this point, it is all a joke.
I'm sorry, he's funny though. It's pretty funny.
So the House, i.e. Wes, is still adamant on flipping the vote towards Corey and Tori to send Corey in because of the situation that happened the week prior.
I'm voting for Corey because he fell for the smokescreen. He told me he was voting otherwise. He lied. Don't let that happen to you all again.
Devin, being the instigator that he is, already has a lot of enemies, you know, in the house. And it doesn't pain people to send him in because he doesn't get along with a lot of people. And in the chamber, we actually find out that the compromise agents are Nicole, even though she's sent home, and Devin. This week in the crater, it is a guy's elimination, like everybody was guessing, and where Leroy had the opportunity to go in against Devin. Leroy, Devin. He still decided not to go in and chose to vote in Wes. Casey also voted in Wes, sending Wes into the crater. This week's elimination is called Snapping Point, and the way that I can best describe it is basically reverse tug of war. The two are tied to a rope. They have to run in technically the same direction, and the tension of your other partner is what you're fighting against in order to press the button and win. Initially out of the gate, Wes and Devin seem neck and neck, and I'm like low-key surprised. Little by little, Devin starts to inch towards that button, and I'm like, against Wes? Devin? Against what? Wait, what? I don't know if it's because Wes was just feeling very demoralized with, you know, how the season is playing out for him, or if Devin has actually become that much stronger. Whatever the case may be, Devin wins. Devin wins. I still can't wrap my head around it. So it turns out that Wes actually has a heart, and his heart is broken.
I feel just demoralized being thrown in by Leroy. My feelings are hurt. I couldn't get over it, I guess. I don't know what happened.
Personally, I don't feel bad for Wes. I'm sorry, I don't. It's unfortunate that like he really like loves this game so much, and that like it is heartbreaking for him to not be able to play out the season the way he wanted. However, you've been here for how many years? You've won how many times? Like it's annoying to watch the same season play out time and time again, and new people don't get the opportunity to play out the season, you know, to not give them a chance. I mean, last season alone, Jay was sent in week after week after week, and he actually was performing, and I would have wanted to see him showcased more rather than being a scapegoat for the house. So sorry, Wes, no love lost, goodbye. Devin now has the opportunity to either take Natalie, who is a rogue agent, or infiltrate the house, and he chooses to infiltrate.
I'm gonna infiltrate Ori and Corey.
He and Tori normally don't get along, but Tori's on the other side of the house, and if they're gonna try to work with Tori, they inadvertently have to work with Devin. That now leaves Natalie without a partner and Corey without a partner, and it works in both of their favors. They are both strong competitors, they both have a good footing in the house, and them being together is a disservice to absolutely Nobody. All in all, everybody wins besides Tori, but like, really, who cares? Like, you're partnered, but you're really still individual in this game. As long as you perform in the elimination, it does not matter whether you go in or not. Personally, that's what I think. It'd be nice to have a greater choice of who you go in against, but if you're a good performer, you're a good performer, and you're gonna make it out regardless. So that's actually it for this episode. Next episode is the Hall Brawl, you guys. You guys, if you don't know the Hall Brawl, heads are gonna break. Blood is gonna be shed. Tears are gonna fall. Arms will be broken. I am ready. Until then, let me know in the comments what you think about this episode, what you think about Devin's decision, what you think about Fessy's gameplay. Absolute trash. And does anybody feel bad for Wes? Because I still don't. I still don't. Until then, you guys can like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next week for another review.
He told me you were crying.
No.
He told me you were crying, and I wanted to come back.
I never
I
said
wasn't
she was
crying.
crying. I said she was upset.
You told me she was
I
crying.
said she was upset.
You say she was
I
crying.
said she was
Well.
upset. Literally crying in the kitchen. Upset.
You're full of